What do you think? Should we get started, Chris? Okay, great. So welcome everyone. My name's Julie. I'm in the admissions office at Niagara University. I'm one of the associate directors there. Thank you for coming. Might know some of you, or we'll get to know you tonight. We have about, an hour of fun learning ahead of us, which is going to be great because you're definitely going to need some of this when you start. We're here today with Chris Plantone, instructional technologist. He's going to teach you all about myNU, self-service, and a bunch of other things. So I'm going to turn it over to Chris and let more people in as they come. Thank you, Chris.
Sounds good. Thank you, Julie.
Yep.
All right. So I'm hoping this isn't going to last a full hour, but I am going to show you everything that you can do in myNU and self-service. So Julie introduced me in my new role. Basically, what I do here is I help students how to use technology on campus, stuff that you'd utilize for your courses, or stuff that you do to register for courses. But first, we're going to talk about myNU. I like to think of myNU as your home base for all activities, for clubs, and for resources that you'll use while at Niagara University. So you'll find myNU in one of two places. One, you can go to the niagara.edu homepage. It actually looks a little bit different now, but it's still going to be in the top right-hand corner, and it should say myNU. The second option is just going right to the website, which is mynu.niagara.edu. I highly recommend that you bookmark this page, which is usually like a little star. It's going to be a page you're going to come back to a lot. In fact, I show an example right here. So you'll log in with myNU with your Purple Pass login. So this is your S in 7 digits, and then your Purple Pass password. In case you forget, you can always do, I'm having trouble logging in, and then you can always do reset your password online. So you don't even really have to talk to anyone. You can just enter in some personal information and it'll reset it for you. This is also where you can access your Google applications. So if you click on the Google Apps at NU, you can sign to your Gmail student account, student email. You can get Google Docs, slides, all that good stuff too. So this is your myNU homepage. This is where you'll be directed to each time, and it constantly changes depending on what time of the year, what events are going on, and it'll ask you to sign up for this or try out this or watch this. So here's one example: is you actually have class representatives for your student government, and this is actually where you'll be taking part in the voting process. If you're interested, maybe wanting to join student government, you can talk to more about it at NUSCA, at the club fairs, and below is a event that they had. Depending on what class you're in, you might have class-specific events. Like this one, it was like a night in Monte Carlo, so they had like gambling, but for like prizes, more of like a fun casino. And then if you scroll down, so you have all the events and stuff that pops up at first. If you scroll down, you're gonna get more important information. So this is talking about advisement info for fall 2023. So soon you'll be seeing advisement info for spring 2024. There's a video you can watch, but I really want to focus on this part below, where it says spring 2023 courses, summer, fall. This was a dummy account that I was using, so I'm not registered for any courses, but this is also where you'll see your courses for the upcoming semester. You can also see there is a print schedule button, and if you do that, it will line up all of your courses, when you're taking them, what day of the week, and the professor. So that's a handy thing to have. Especially your freshman year when you're like, where am I going? I don't know where to go. Who's my professor? It's a little handy sheet. So you'll just look out for the print schedule next to your courses. So here we have course textbooks. You can actually find the whether it be books or texts that you need for your course, you can find in there. It's searching it up, and then you can either get it picked up at the bookstore or you can get it shipped to you. You can also opt out of First Day Complete. So you guys may or may not know this, but First Day Complete is basically saying I'm going to pay, I believe it's $200, and I'm going to get all of my books with that $200. So you pay that $200 fee and you'll get all of your textbooks, whatever materials you need for that course, and you'll pick it up at the bookstore. But you may not want to do that. Some people will say, I will just, rent the book through Chegg, or maybe I'll just buy it on Amazon. So if you want to opt out of that First Day Complete, you don't want to pay the $200. You say, maybe I'll find it on my own and it'll only cost me $100. You want to opt out of First Day Complete there. We also have online course evaluation. So some of your professors will say, okay, go to myNU and you'll have to do a course evaluation on this semester, and you might not know where to go. So if you go under the courses, fall 2023 courses, there's online course evaluations there. You're probably also going to get involved with clubs on campus, and the Impact Connects will take you to where you can log in for your community service. We're a Vincentian school, and something that we like to do is give back to the community. So whether you're part of one club or 5 clubs, you have to do 5 hours of community service in total. So that's a nice thing that we like to do, and that's where you're going to input your community service hours. So now we're at the bottom of the homepage. There's still some important links, and there's some stuff about the clubs that you're involved with. And this is actually where you might pay some of your club dues. But I would talk to your club advisor on where you would have to do that specifically and how much. We also have funds and meal plans. So that's right in the middle. We have this ID card funds. So that can be used, at Tim Hortons or at the bookstore. So whether you're putting on or one of your parents, this is where you would upload that information and maybe get to know where you can spend it as well. All right. So now we're at the top of the myNU page. So this is the myNU icons. So these are going to be, if myNU is your home page, these are the many doors that you're going to be accessing frequently. We're talking about Canvas, that's for your courses, library, that's great for research, and self-service for registering classes. So let's talk about some of them. First, we have your student email, which you should be checking regularly, not when you get to Niagara, you should be checking it now. You're going to log in with the S and 7 digits, your PrivilePass password. You're going to get important updates on Canvas. You're going to get important updates on your courses, messages from your professor, from your advisor, events from the school. So I would start checking that now if you're not. I advise you to check weekly, but I would even say I would highly suggest you check daily, because there's always important stuff that comes in all hours of the day. Canvas, you're going to love Canvas. It's your one-stop shop for all of your classes. I'm covering a webinar on it next week that's going to really break down Canvas, what it looks like, and what it even looks like from a student's perspective. So what assignments look like, what quizzes look like, what grades look like. So we'll talk a little more about Canvas next week, but that's going to be where you submit work, take assessments, all that good stuff. We have the NU library. And I love this picture because the library is more than just books. You can actually rent out a lot of useful stuff like an iron, or maybe a projector that you want to use with your friends. So yes, you can get books here. They actually have a lot of DVDs if you want to rent those out. But this is also going to be the place where you're going to study as well. So I actually took a screenshot of the study rooms when it was finals week in May. So you can see that this is a heavily used resource on campus. So better check the library. There's a reserve a group study room, the quick links, that will show you what rooms are available, and you can book it out for multiple hours at a time. So definitely that's going to be a good resource for, whether you're a freshman or a senior, you and your friends are going to book that and study together. And then we have self-service. So self-service we'll talk about a little bit, but this is where you're going to register for your courses. We're going to talk about the process of how to find the right courses for you and maybe some steps you have to take beforehand. All right, so Ed Astra is one of the icons. I wouldn't look into this maybe until you're more familiar with around campus. Ed Astra is nice because you're able to reserve rooms, but until you kind of know which rooms are which, I wouldn't recommend reserving a room with you and your study pals. I would say go to the library there first, but a little bit later you can go to calendar, see what rooms are available, and book a room to study then, or even practice a presentation. All right, next we have Zoom. You might be familiar with Zoom. It's our video conferencing that we actually use for classes as well. So when you go to Zoom, you're gonna go to this page, you can join a meeting, you can host a meeting. Those are the quick options, but then more than likely you're gonna wanna sign in with your Purple Pass. So when you sign in with your Purple Pass, again, the S and 7 digits, and then if you go to meetings, it's actually going to show you all your upcoming meetings, including ones that are going to be for your classes. Some of your classes may be fully online or hybrid, and that's going to show you what meetings you have upcoming. So that's nice that you can sign in there. We also have Zoom in Canvas, so you can always sign through Canvas and join in through Zoom there as well. Share, this is one of the other icons. Basically, if you feel like someone is in an unsafe situation, you can first call campus safety, but you can also list some details here and maybe why you are a little bit concerned for this student or employee. And then right above that, we have these NU tabs. So we're going to break down those. The academic tab has a lot of useful resources. This one is actually where you can add a minor. You can what are some other helpful things? You can change your address and name, and you can look at a contract for independent study or honors thesis. So this is a lot of good stuff. Maybe you look down further down the road. Other academic resources, you have an academic calendar, which is important to know when your courses start and when they end, which days you actually have off because they're holidays. So recommend looking there as one of the first things in academic resources. You have exam schedule. You'll probably want to look at that a little bit later on, but it's good to know that your exam schedule is not going to be the same time that you're having class. There's a whole different week by week time slot of when to take exams. And lastly, you can also join the Canvas here. And there's even some resources as well as a student guide and in case you're having issues. We have info tab. In here, you can actually find different students or different faculty members. So that's like, oh yeah, I remember I was talking to this one professor, but I only remember their last name. So you can look up their last name and all their info there. And same with students. You can also register for parking, and you can also find out more information about parking, like where to actually park on campus. We have the life tab, and think about this as like more of your social life on campus. You can look at the different clubs and organizations that we have. As well, you can check out the food services and actually what they're offering for this upcoming week. And we have information from IT that will help you, reset certain passwords or even how to navigate them as well. One thing I should have mentioned is the Kieran Center. That's great. We just did some renovations there. It has the updated hours and what's available for students as well. All right, so we have the registration tab. So the registration checklist, this is important to know because you might be like, okay, I'm ready to sign for my classes. And then you're like, oh, I didn't update for FERPA. Oh, I didn't visit with my advisor. So I would briefly check this when everyone starts to talk about registering for classes. And then we have the resources tab. So this is a big laundry list, but I'll highlight some. Here you can go directly to financial aid and some helpful resources. Health services, we're talking about required health forms and what they can provide to you on campus, as well as the writing center. So this is actually tutoring, as well as helping you write papers that you might have to do for a course. So you can actually go here and you can schedule certain times with the tutors in the writing center. It's a really good resource. I highly suggest looking into it either at the beginning or maybe towards the end when you're working towards a big paper. Systems, this is a lot of the other different programs that we use on campus. Handshake, think of this as like our LinkedIn. It's a great way for students to see what jobs are available now and what jobs are available to you in the future. So it's a great way to start marketing yourself. And the goal of a degree is to eventually get a job once you graduate. And so you can start building up that profile now and actually get a job while you're in college. And we have some printing and print requests. This will show you how to print, how to add the printer onto your laptop once you physically come here, as well as where to print on campus. And then you can also look up scholarship opportunities. We always have different ones that are going on throughout the year. So maybe you want to check there to see if there's some more money that you can earn through our opportunities. All right. Julie, do we have any questions in the comments or anyone want to speak up?
I do not see any questions right now. Does anyone have any questions so far? Perfect.
Yeah, I know that was a lot, but myNU, it's kind of nice. There's a lot of friendly buttons, and once you click on it, I'll kind of tell you a little bit of what it's about. But if I have no questions, I'll move on to self-service. That's maybe where you'll have some more.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. All right, so self-service, this is where you're gonna find courses, you're gonna register them, and you can even click the link to pay your tuition. So we were talking about the self-service button in myNU. So that's where you're gonna find self-service. You're going to use your Purple Pass login, again, asking 7 digits. And then this is going to be your home screen that's going to bring you to. So you're going to see a lot of information coming at you at once. And you're like, I don't know what's important, what I should look at. On the left-hand side, there's an academics tab. Click that, and then this whole list pops down. These are probably the only things you ever have to touch in self-service. Underneath the academics tab, there is where you're gonna plan and register for your courses, which is highlighted right there. Aaron, can you grab Loki? All right, so my progress, this is very underutilized. I feel like people take the hard way to look for their courses that they need for graduation when this simplifies the whole process. So my progress is a tab that you would go to under academics. And what you're going to do is I need a history major requirement. That's my major. So I'm going to go show details. And then I have to hit show details a couple more times. And it's basically going to come up with options that I can take to satisfy that requirement. So you're like, okay, that's great. But you don't even have to search for them. There's actually a search button that you can click, and it will look up courses for the upcoming semester that you can take to satisfy that requirement. So again, you're going to go to My Progress, go to show details. You might have to click show details, show details, show details. It shows you all the courses that would satisfy the requirement. You hit search, and it would show you the ones for this upcoming semester that you can take. A very helpful tool that I feel like a lot of people don't use. All right, so another thing in My Progress is you can actually visualize if you were to change your major. So this is for a bachelor's in history. I can see that I'm almost done. I can go to view new program. Maybe I was thinking about economics. So I just want to see, I'm a junior, senior. I just want to see if I switch right now, how hard it'd be to graduate. And geez, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the progress is definitely a lot different. Probably because I was, focused more towards history. But I've had people, they've done this and they were like, wow, I can change from history education to just a history bachelor in fine arts. So maybe I'll just do that instead. So if you're really contemplating, maybe I should switch, before you even talk to your advisor, you can actually go to view new program here. All right, course catalog. So course catalogs, this is going to have all the courses for the upcoming semester. They break it down into different subjects. And then you're going to say, click on one of them. What do I want to take? I want to take chemistry this year. So you're scrolling down the list. You see the times, the instructors, but I don't understand what the seats mean. So for this chemistry 100A, it has 25, 30, and 0. So 30 is the amount of seats that can fit in the class. 25 is how many that are available. So right now I can sign up for that class, no problem. I should be able to take it. And you can see the times: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. to 9:55 even has the times. Now, let's say I want to take computer apps for business course. So I'm like, okay, let me do this first one, 232A. So right now it has 0. So that means 0 available seats, and 24 is the max. So I cannot take that class because there are no seats available. The last number in that is if you want to be on a wait list, but a lot of classes don't even have that. So always look for that first number when you're scrolling down the list. All right, so if you went here and you did add section to schedule, that's great, but you did not sign up for your course. What you're going to have to do is you're going to go to your what is it called? The plan and schedule tab. And it's going to actually give you a calendar of what your course load would look like. So for this one, I would be a partial student. All my classes are Monday, Wednesday, and some on Friday. Now, if you're taking an asynchronous class online, you're not going to see your course visible here because it's not in a certain time frame. You kind of take it on your own. And I don't know if you can see, I tried to register now, but it says you must see your advisor before registering. So your advisor is actually a faculty member in your college. They're going to be the ones that are really going to help you navigate, tell you what courses to pick. So it's nice. Other colleges, they have someone that's their sole purpose is for advising you to tell what classes you take. These are professors that teach the course, that kind of know you're not going to be ready for that course. Maybe you should take that next year. Or I think this course would interest you. I think you should go for that. So it's always nice getting an inside perspective. You can also go to the advising tab. So you can see it right here, and it's actually going to show you who your advisor is. I wouldn't recommend clicking the mail link. It doesn't really work, but I showed you how you can look up staff members before, so you can look up them in myNU, but they also might reach out to you through email once everyone gets to start about the registration progress about October. But once you talk to your advisor is going to unlock you, and then during your registration window, you hit register now, and you'll get all these green check marks saying that you're registered, but it has not started. All right. One other thing I wanted to go over is you can actually go to view other sections. So if you have a conflict in your schedule that you see, you can go to view other sections, and it'll show you other available course sections and see if those fit in your schedule. So that's something nice to know. All right, grades. So I'm under the academics tab. I can click on grades, and this is going to show me not my current grades in the class. This is going to show me my grades for courses I haven't completed. So this is nice. After December, maybe we're talking about March now, you're like, oh yeah, let me just make sure what it looks like on my transcript. You can go back here and it'll show you your final grade. You can also check out your transfer credits to make sure that they've come in. Now, remember, these transfer credits, you have to mail them to the university. There's a whole page on how to do that and the process that goes into it. But unless you're in New Step, these these credits that you earn for college, they won't transfer over automatically. So again, check the Niagara website on how to do that. But you can check here to make sure it's been done successfully and what the equivalent course is. Unofficial transcript is nice when you have to print them out for, say, for a job application, or maybe for a study abroad opportunity, or for your next job once you graduate. So here you can print out an unofficial transcript, which means it's not authorized by the university, but it's still a good view on what you've accomplished and your GPA thus far. So it shows your total amount of credits. It even shows your transfer credits on here as well. So another confirmation to make sure it transferred over. And you get a whole record total. It tells you how many hours you've completed, your GPA, all of that good stuff. So outside the academics tab, there is a make a payment tab. So you can click here and you hit continue to payment center, and it will take you on where you can pay your for your upcoming tuition. However, this is only for US students. For everyone else, and including US students, you can go to www.niagara.edu/payments. And this is going to tell you payment due dates. It's going to tell you not only how to pay, but if there's fees associated with the way that you pay. So there's a big TouchNet for US, there's another one for Canada, and another one through international relations. Still under financial aid, there's My Awards. So you can actually view what scholarships you've earned, and it kind of breaks it down, even your subsidized loans as well. And if there's any process that you have to take. All right, so that was in self-service. You may have some more questions. I can go back and clarify anything if possible, but let me know what you guys are thinking.
Yes, any questions at all about that? You're doing such a great job.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no questions, that's it. You'll have to discover, myNU and self-service yourself. Remember, it's the S and 7 digits, Purple Pass password. But if you have any struggles, you need to know, something that we learned about in this presentation, or just how to get around, I'm on the academic 3rd floor. You can find me on my email. That's the best way to reach me, cplantone@niagara.edu. So you guys are, we do have some stuff in the chat. Oh no, thank you for all the information. Yeah.
If I need tutoring in math, is that under the writing? It says entree.
The writing center, yeah. So if you go to writing, yes, they'll get you a tutor that best fits your needs.
Yes, for sure. Let's see what else we have. Once we get to campus, if we have questions, who do we contact? I mean,
yeah, you can ask me, cplantone@niagara.edu. I think once you guys go to new student orientation, you guys will all be in it together, socialize, be like, where's that, where's this? But if you want a point person on, I still need to figure out self-service, I still need to know about Canvas, you can come to me.
Great. And anything admissions, you can come to us.
Yep, exactly.
So, any other questions at all?
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
We can.
Okay, good. Will this presentation, be available on YouTube or something like that?
Yes, it's recorded right now, and I think they'll probably publish it on a day or two on the Niagara University YouTube page.
Okay, thank you.
For sure. Any other questions for us or for me? Well, great job, Chris.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for coming.
Yes. Thank you.
And please
Yeah,
contact
you're free to
us.
go unless you have
Yeah.
any other questions, and please stick around.